Monday night is here, and I've got $100 that I need to put toward my Roth IRA. That can only mean one thing. It's time for Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. So, I play games on Monday nights, and I do this to put money toward my Roth IRA. Knowing that I have a scheduled appointment to play Savings Challenge games every week keeps me from putting this money toward other purposes, either spending it frivolously or inflating my budget with things that aren't really bringing me closer to my goals. So I'm going to get started with the games that I always play, which is Loteria, and then we'll do the 2025 challenge, and then we'll do Junior's Restaurants, which is a box challenge that I've been working on. So let me get out Loteria. I've actually got it all set up here right next to me. And I'm doing regular Loteria this week. I sometimes play the millennial version, but this is the original version. And I just need something to mark off the spaces with. And that, of course, I didn't get out. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some dice. I found this version of Tenzi at the thrift store not too long ago, and I paid $3 for it. And I already know how to play Tenzi, but I just bought it for the dice. I haven't had a chance to add them to my arsenal yet, and it's missing some here, or at least I think it is, which is totally fine. I should only need about 10 or so I'm going to use these green and pink sparkly ones. And the way that I play Loteria, if you haven't seen it before, it's a lot like bingo, but instead of 5 across and down, it's 4 across and down. So the object is to make a line of 4 anywhere on the card. And you do this, I'm going to leave this up here just in case I need some more dice, just in case 10 isn't enough. And you do this by drawing cards instead of bingo balls that match up with these descriptions here. Now, full disclosure, I am not that great at speaking Spanish, so I know that I'm going to mispronounce some of these words. But that being said, I'm just going to give the cards a shuffle, and we'll see how we do this week. So once I make a Loteria anywhere on the card, I save $1 for every marker that's on the card. So it could be as few as 4, and I think I've had it go to like 11 or 12. So give these one more shuffle here. Oops, no, that wasn't a very good shuffle, but these cards are uncoded, so it's not the easiest to shuffle. All right, so let's start dealing, and let's see what we get to. So first up is El Bandolon, and we do have that. It's down here in the corner. Now we have La Bota, but not on our card. El Apache, I don't see that one. El Mundo, nope. El Paraguas, and yes, we do have that. El Gallo, I think, and we don't have that on the card. La Araña, I don't see that one. La Sandia, I don't see that. No. La Bandera, no. La Pera, yep, we've got that. That's right over here. El Borracho, I don't see that one. El Cotoro, I don't see that, no. El Catrin, we do have him, he's right here. La Palma, no. La Sirena, no, don't see her. La Mano, no. El Musico, no. Las Haras, no. Oops, I got 2 of them here. La Botella, yep, we have that. That's right here. Next is La Escalera, and we do have that. We're not really getting close to a bingo here, but we're covering them up. El Alacran, no. El Sol, no. El Venado, no. El Valiente, yes. Now this one will give us a Loteria. El Nopal, no. El Violoncello, or Violonceo, I'm not sure. But yes, we have that. It's right here. El Pescado, no. El Corazon, no. El Negrito, no. El Camarón, no. El Pino, no. El Cantarito, no. La Luna, no. My goodness. La Chalupa, no. El Soldado, no. La Rana, no. El Arbol, yes. Okay, that opens up a couple more possibilities for a Loteria. La Estrella, no. La Corona, no. La Campana, no. El Melon, no. La Calavera, no. El Tambor, no. It's going to be the end of the deck here. El Arpa, no. El Diablito, yes. Okay, my goodness. So finally we got 4 in a row. And I had, I don't know, 7, 8 cards left, and most of them were still on this card. So at any rate, finally got a Loteria. I used all 10 of the dice that I took out, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's going to be $10 going into Loteria. So let me put all of this to the side. I will get the Tenzi case back out, and I will put these dice back to where I got them. That was an unlucky shuffle for how long that took. Usually this is over in a couple of minutes, but that went on and on and on. Okay. So these dice go over here. I'll bring back the binder. And into Loteria for this week, I'm going to put a 10. I will consolidate toward the end. I'm not sure if there will be much consolidating in this envelope, considering I'm just adding a 10. But oh yeah, I see another 10 in there, so we'll be able to consolidate something. So I'm going to try to get through these next two real quick since that took so long. 2025, I am just saving $20 every week, and it looks like blue is going to be the next color here. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a color, and I'll come in and fill this in later. And I'm going to take 20 out of here and put this with the tracker back inside, and that should bring us up to $300 in this challenge. This was a freebie that I gave away at the end of 2024 and into the first part of 2025. I just shipped out my last one, so any future Etsy orders won't have this one, but I still send out freebies with every physical products order. Okay, and so next we're going to do Junior's Restaurants. This is a box challenge, and I have been doing that in a separate binder, so let me get that out. And I like to put about $10 into this challenge every week. So I'm going to take out these cards. I won't go through all the different challenges. We'll just talk about them as they come up. I'll give them a quick shuffle. And let's see what we've got here. So we've got Junior's Pizzeria. Okay. So Junior's Pizzeria is a dice challenge, and I don't have the right highlighter out, but I've got a highlighter, so I'll use this one this week. And I started playing this different from I think how it was supposed to be played, but because I'd already started down that path, that's how I'm going. So let me get out a D6 here. I think I've got one at the ready. I do. And so I've been doing this with whichever one I roll, I save the amount at the bottom and I just circle that topping, and we'll see which one gets done first. So let's see here. So I got a 3, so we're working on the pan pizza, and we're adding in garlic parm. I have not had many garlic parm pizzas, so I can't say whether I like it or not, but maybe I'll use some of the savings to buy one. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to take out $6 for that. I'm going to stick Junior's Pizzeria in here at the bottom because we might, well, we'll have to come back to it eventually. I'm not sure it's going to be this week, but let's see what we've got here. Okay, and we've got a search and save for a pineapple. So this is probably going to be at the fruit stand, and it is, which is the very next challenge in the book. And I think this is the last one. So that's great. So I'm going to circle it here. I'm going to check off this one. This will go with my discards at the end of the book, and I'm going to put the $6 back and take out a 10. So we got just the perfect amount into this challenge for the week. This challenge came to me courtesy of April from April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. If you're interested in this challenge, it's available on her Etsy shop, but if you purchase it or any of the challenges that her son Junior makes, he gets 100% of the money. Mom pays all the Etsy fees, and he puts that toward his goals every week over on their channel. So I'm going to put these back for next week. We'll zip this up. And even though I don't have that many cards left, I still have a lot more to do on here because there's a lot more. There's search and saves, but there's also different games. So I've got Junior's Taco Truck. I've got, let's see, Junior's Donuts, which is a roll and save. I've got, let's see, that was the fruit stand. We've got Shut the To-Go Box. We've got Junior's Diner Menu. So lots of fun in this challenge. But I'm going to close this up for now. Go back over to the main binder. Junior's Restaurants is number 3. Oops, and I went right past it. So I'll stick this 10 in here. And then I'm going to go over to where the clip is from last week. And I think that was on the scratch and save. Yep. So I will break the video here. We'll come back and we'll do a scratch and save here next. Here we are with one of my scratch and save challenges. I give out this one as a freebie in Etsy physical product orders of $75 or more. We're working on Elephantastic. It's two-sided. One side saves $75 with numbers between 2 and 18, and the other side saves $25 with numbers between 1 and 5. I'm working on... Let's work on the high side. What the heck? We'll live dangerously, even though I've gotten all the low numbers so far. So this one's probably going to be a high number, but I do want to get this one done so that I can replace this with another challenge. I already finished Utterly Fabulous, but now we're just working on this one. So let me give it a scratch. I'm going to go down here, and we'll see what it says. And of course, I get the very largest amount. Well, that's okay. It had to come off eventually, so I don't mind. So this one's going to get a whopping $18 this week. So 10, 15, 17, and 18. And like most people who make challenges, I don't remember where any of the numbers are. Once the stickers are on, it's total amnesia. So $18 is going into the envelope and the challenge as well. Okay, so that's done for the week. Now we'll move on to Flip 7. Flip 7 is a card game. This one is commercially available, but I repurposed it as a solo player savings challenge game. So this comes with a giant deck of cards, and if you haven't seen it before, I'll just explain it real quick. Whoops. And basically what it has is there are numbers on each card, well, most cards, and it corresponds to the number of those numbers that is in the deck. So there are 2 2s in every deck. Well, that's a second chance. That's a special card. There are 4 4s in every deck. There's the other 2, coincidentally enough. There are 12 12s. You get the idea. And so what I do is I shuffle these up and I keep dealing them to myself. I have to deal a minimum of 3 cards, unless I get a freeze, which stops the game dead in its tracks. And then I decide whether I want to keep going or not. If I end up drawing 2 of the same number, then the game ends and there's a penalty. But the goal is to draw up to 7 cards without drawing the same number twice. So if you get a bunch of low numbers, then it's beneficial to keep drawing. But if you get high numbers, it's great for your score, but you probably want to stop fairly early because otherwise the chances are that you're going to go bust and have to pay a penalty. It'll make more sense as I play it. I've had some games where I've been able to draw like 5 cards without any doubles, so that's good. But I've also had games where the first 2 cards were the same value, and that ended up messing me up and ending the game early. So shuffle and cut, and let's see how we do this week. So 12 right off the bat, okay. A 1, so that's good. That's the only one in the deck of this number. And a 10. So now the choice is, do I continue to deal or do I stop? I've got a really good chance of hitting another 12 or another 10 because there are 11 plus 9. There's 20 more cards in the deck that can make me get a double and cause the game to be over. So I am going to stop, even though I have a 1, and I'm not going to get another one of those because there's only 1 in the deck. So I have a total score of 23. And I play this low budget where I add the score together. So I'm going to save 2 plus 3, which is 5. So I'm going to save $5 for this week. This is one that I could play over and over and over again. But I usually do it just the once. Maybe if I get another week where the scratch offs are low, then I'll play this more than once. But for this week, it's just going to be $5 going in. And the great thing about games like this is, see, I've preserved the original instructions here. So if I ever have a game night with other people and we want to play the real game, I can do that because I've already got the cards and I've got the instructions. Okay, so that's it for Flip 7 for this week. We're going to move on to Qwixx, and Qwixx is a dice-based game that's also commercially available. And this one, I cannot find my Qwixx dice. So it comes with dice if you buy it at the store. But because I can't find my Qwixx dice, I'm just going to use regular D6 dice. In fact, I am probably going to bring back those Tenzi dice, and we'll use those. So in Qwixx, the idea is it's sort of like Shut the Box, except you're rolling 3 dice at a time. And you have to use exactly 2 dice to make a number. So let me pop this open here. And we'll take out these 3. I'm going to use the pretty gold ones here. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So let's say this is my roll. I can make 6 and I can make 9. Those are the only 2 numbers that are available to me from this roll because I don't have 3 different numbers, right? So I can put these 2 together to make 9, these make 9, and this makes 6. The goal is to scratch off or cross off all the numbers from 2 to 12. And again, this is different rules from how this game is originally envisioned. But you have to use exactly 2 dice to make the number. So I can't cross off just a 3 by using 1 die. And the goal is that, the goal in scratching off all these numbers or crossing off all these numbers is that if you can't make a number from the dice that you roll, then it's game over. So if I roll a 7 and my first roll, I'm going to save that to use later potentially because that can get me out of trouble. So I've had some games where I've had a lot of success, but I've also had other games where I have gotten stuck with some really high numbers. So let's see how it goes this week. I'm probably going to play both of these lines and finish this card. Let's give them a roll and see how we do. Okay, so I've got 10 and I've got 8. And so what I'm going to do, oops, I want a highlighter here. So I'm going to take the 10 for sure, but I'm going to leave that 8 because 8s are easy to roll. And actually, you can't really see that. So I think I am going to use, let's see, I'll use this marker here. So we'll scratch out that 10. Okay. So we've got 4 and we've got 6. So I'm going to take the 4. I'm going to leave the 6 because, again, that's easy to roll. And I may need it later on in the game. Oh, great. We've got 12 and we've got 10. We can't take the 10 because we already took it, but we can take the 12. Roll them again. Okay, we've got 7, 5, and 8. So for sure I'm going to take the 5, and I think I'm going to take the 8 as well. Because we're getting far enough along in the game that I want to start knocking out some of those middle numbers. Okay, we've got 11, 7, and 8. I'm going to leave the 7, but I'm for sure going to take the 11. Roll them again. Okay, we've got 8, 9, and 11. So I've already taken the 8 and the 11, so I have to take the 9. Had I already taken a 9, then it would be game over. So I need low numbers here, low numbers. Okay, well, I've got 7, I've got 11, and I've got 8. So the only thing that I can do is take a 7. So I'm still looking for low numbers. Great. I've got 3, 6, and 5. So I'm going to take the 6 and the 3, which means all I need to shut the box to complete the row is a 2. So I need a 2. I've never completed a full line, and I didn't get it. So I'm going to end up saving $2 for this game, and for sure I'm going to play another line. So let's see how we do. These might be the lucky dice. Okay, so we've got 3, 5, and 4. So I'm going to take all 3 of those because they're not too easy to roll. Roll them again. Okay, we've got 10, 6, and 8. So I'm going to take the 10. I'm going to leave the 6 and the 8. 12 and 11. I'm going to take both of those for sure. That was a great roll. and 10 and 12. So I'm out. Too many high numbers. So that's normally these are really hard to get. I mean, I've gotten 11 and 12 left over on both of these earlier games, but I was able to knock them out here, but I've got all of the medium numbers left. So let's see here. We've got 8 plus 2 is 10, 13, so 23 plus 9 is 32. I'm going to add the 3 and the 2, and I'm going to save another $5. So total of $7 going into Qwixx for this week, and that will complete this card. I will start a new card the next time Qwixx comes around. But for now, let me cap the pen first, especially since this is a brush tip. Set the dice aside. I probably jinxed myself by saying that those were the lucky dice. That was probably what happened. So $7 going into Qwixx for this week. And like I say, I will condense at the end. Up next is Sussed. And this is a game that is a would you rather game. And the way that I've done this is I've decided that an A answer is worth $2, a B answer is worth $3, and a C answer is worth $5. So let me get out a marker here. I think I'm just using a Sharpie. And it says, which do I most wish I could do? A, breathe underwater. B, speak 20 different languages. C, be fully rested after only 4 hours sleep each night. All of these would be fantastic, but I think being fully rested after only 4 hours of sleep is great. I would love that. Think of all the extra things that I could get done. So I'm definitely picking that, and that means it's going to be $5. I did take out a second card in case I wanted to do more this week, but I think because that scratcher took $18, that's still kind of traumatizing. I am going to just save the $5, and this will be into number 9. So we'll work on the next card next week. So $5 plus the cards go back in. And now we've got number 10, which is Shut the Box, the OG Shut the Box. And this one, I am playing the 2 through 12, or 1 through 12 rather, version. And I'm using the 2 dice that came with it. I scored this at the thrift store for $2.50. So give it a roll and see how we do here. Okay, 5, 11, 4, 8, 6, come on, 12, 12. Okay, how about a 10? Nope, but I'll take a 7. 9 or a 10? 7. And I'm out. Okay, so I've got 19, 25. So I'm going to add the 2 and the 5 and save $7 into Shut the Box. So that is number 10. That's the last of the $5 bills, and I was hoping I would have more because I want to get through at least these scratchers. Looks like I'm not going to get to Dicetropolis this week. Okay, so I'm going to break here, and I'll bring out the 12 Days of Christmas Challenge and the 12 Face Cards Challenge, and I'll do those next. This is the 12 Days of Christmas Scratch and Save Savings Challenge. This challenge will save you $500. It's available in my Etsy shop. It's one that I put together out of stamps that were made by Christmas Island, which is a territory in the Indian Ocean. And on this one, each day of Christmas has a number of scratch-offs that correspond with the day of Christmas that it is. So there's, on the 7th day of Christmas, there's 7 scratchers. On the 8th, there's 8. On the 9th, there's 9th, etc., etc. On the back of these are placeholders. So as you continue in the challenge and you start finishing some of the days, you can use these to hold your place. There's the smallest at 25 and the largest at 500. So you can use these over and over again, year after year, as a savings challenge, or once you're done, you can just use the placeholders. Either way, it's up to you. So these are also professionally printed on matte finish paper, so they're high quality. They will last a very long time. So I'm going to roll a d12, and we'll see which card we scratch today. Whoops, as it rolls off the table. Number 10. Okay, so 12, 11, 10. So we've only scratched one on this. This is the 10 Lords of Leaping. So I'm going to roll a d10, and we'll see which one we scratch today. Number 9. So that's going to be down here. And for number 9, we are going to save $8. Okay, so let me vacuum this up. And we'll take out $8, 2468. That's going to be all the twos. I'll set this one aside. Actually, I'm going to set it over here in the cash tray because I have the next game also waiting in the cash tray, and that is going to be the 12 Days of Christmas. Or, sorry, the 12 face cards. So both of these come with dashboards. I just leave them in the binder if I haven't said that already. Okay, so the 12 face cards. This is a different scratch and save challenge. This one is A5 size. The other one was A6. And this one is all 12 face cards that are in a standard deck of playing cards. The front side is, of course, the face card, and each one has 12 scratchers with various amounts on it. And then on the back, it tells you a little bit about who is supposed to be represented by that card. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle a deck of standard playing cards, and then I'm going to use these to determine which card we are going to do. So I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle here. And another shuffle. And a cut. And let's see which one we get to today. Oh, the King of Diamonds. Okay. I'm not sure if we've done anything on the King of Diamonds before. The King of Diamonds is Julius Caesar. So where is he? There we go. Okay, yep. Oh, we've done 2 on him. So there's 10 left. So I'm going to roll the d10 again. And it's going to be number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, right here. And Caesar says we must save $9. Okay. So let me see how many we have left in the ones. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That leaves us with $1 remaining. So I'm going to put all 9 of these dollars into the 12 face cards envelope. And because we have $1 remaining, I'm actually going to go back to Elephantastic, and I'm going to scratch one on the El Cheapo side. And if it ends up being more than a 1, then I will take out some extra money to do that, and I'll just subtract that from the Savings Challenge books on Wednesday. But let's see what we get here. Oh, $2. Okay, so not bad. So we're going to put $101 into the game night binder for this week. That means that I will have $199 to play with on Wednesday for the Savings Challenge books. So let me put this into that envelope here. Number 6 gets $1 more. Oh, nope, it gets $2 more. So let me find another one. There we go. And the challenge goes back in. And I'm not quite done yet because I'm going to do a condensing, but let me put all of this away and break the video here, and then we'll make this binder as thin as we can. All right, I've brought back my full cash tray, and it's time to do some consolidating and condensing. So we'll start with envelope number 1, which is Loteria. And here we've got 10, 20, or 100, 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to put the 2 10s down and grab another 20. And if you haven't been here before, or if this is your first time watching Game Night, the reason that I use prop money is because all of the money that I'm saving right now is going toward my Roth IRA. So to me, there's no point in pulling it out of the bank, putting it in the binder, and then having to take it right back to the bank, swapping it out with placeholders anyway to make my contribution to my Roth IRA. So that's why I've got all the prop money in here. So this one has 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 300. Okay, so I'm going to put the 100 down here and take another 100. Okay, so it's got 300 out of 500. This one's chugging along. Let's see what Junior's Restaurants has. This one, for being a lower dollar amount box challenge, has really saved a lot of money. So 100, 20, 30, 42. So I can consolidate these 2 10s for a 20. So we're still at 142. Okay, Dicetropolis we didn't play, and actually this is where I need to put the clip so that we start with it next week. We also didn't play left, center, right. In Elephantastic, we have a whole bunch of bills. Let's see, 10, 25, 27, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, $38. So I'm going to save, let's see, 10, a 5, a 2, and a 1. So this should be $20. 10, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, okay. So $38, one of every flavor. Go back in. 10, a 5, a 2, and 3 ones. Okay. Next up, flip 7. Behind this envelope, we have a couple of 5s that I can swap for a 10. And that's about all I can do here. Okay, so oops, let me get one that has a sticker on it. There we go. So we've got 113. Qwixx has 100, 50, 75, 85. So let's see, 150, 75. So this I can swap in for a 10. Let's see if I have any more with stickers. I do. Okay. So $185. I put stickers on this prop money just to make it easier to separate and sort. And I'm hoping that I will have a better long-term solution here soon. Okay. Sussed, and I put the cards in upside down, so let me fix that. Has $20. And I don't have any more stickered 20s, but that's okay. Okay, shut the box. Has 25, 27, 29. So not much I can do there. But I can swap that with for a stickered one. Okay, the 12 Days of Christmas has... Oh, goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay. 100 and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So put all these 2s back. Grab a 10. $111. So about a fifth of the way there. I'm in no rush. I'm not using this money for Christmas. Again, it's all going to the Roth IRA. I have other savings that I'm working on for Christmas. This one has a whole bunch of bills because it got all those ones. So 10, 15, 17. There should be more bills in here. There it is. Okay, there's a $100 bill. Yeah. Okay. So 100, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I'm going to save a 5 and a 1 and that $100 bill. Oops, take that 10, grab a 20, and this should equal $20. So 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, okay. So 10, 2, and all those ones. So this challenge has 126. And that's it for the consolidation for this week, or the condensing, however you want to call it. So it got some bulk out of there. I will be back on Wednesday night for the Savings Challenge books, where I will be doing Zodiac, Save with the Stars, General Greenback and the Frugality Force, and The Life of a Creator, which is a collaboration book that I was asked to be a part of, and really loving how this one is playing out. So if you want to see me save another $199 or thereabouts for my Roth IRA, please come back on Wednesday. We have a lot of fun with that video as well. I will be back the second half of next week for a budget update, and then the second half of this week rather, for a budget update, and then because it's the end of the month, this coming weekend, I will be doing my monthly close and the Letterbucks challenge. So look forward to those videos as well. And then, of course, back here next Monday night for game night. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up down below, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're new, and until I see you in the next one, take care.